And so I was like, "Oh, I'll reach out. I'll reach out to her." And so I ended up taking a time out from Catholicism to go hang out with her and was introduced to some of her friends and some Chabad people that lived an Orthodox Jewish lifestyle. And when I did that, my eyes were opened again to something very beautiful that I didn't really know existed, because these were people that not only actually believed in God, but from the time they open their eyes in the morning to literally when they go to bed at night, God is the center of what they do.
Right.
And so I was like, wow. And they also lived in proximity, which is something that I had always really wanted, is friend
Hmm.
neighborhood and going back and forth between houses. And that's the lifestyle they lived.
Okay.
So I was torn in some way. It was an open door that I could have walked through. But at the end of the day, I decided if I walk through that door, I have to give up Yeshua, or Jesus at the time,
Wow.
and the guy I was dating, Brian, who is now my husband, who was not Jewish. And I kind of joke sometimes, although it's not that funny. I say it was because I couldn't give up Jesus, but at the time I would say probably it was because I couldn't give up Brian. But it was both in reality.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I understand.
I ended up going back. I did get baptized in the Catholic Church, and their program leading up to baptism and entering the church was like a year, 2 years. It was a really long process. And a few weeks after I was baptized and could finally take communion in the church, my husband said, "Let's go back to the Protestant church, the non denominational church that we had gone to a little bit." And I was like, "Okay, let's go back there." This is all leading up to when we went back to the non-denominational church, meeting Elizabeth. And Elizabeth was and still is a Jewish believer, a Jewish disciple of Yeshua. And it was really the first time that I met practicing Jewish believer.
Yeah.
Um, that was a really significant thing, talking to her, going out to lunch with her even, and her asking if the split pea soup had ham in it. And of course, I asked, "Are you a vegetarian?" And she was like, "No, I just try and follow the rules that the Bible puts out for what to eat." And so it was the first time, and this is a good number of years into my Christian walk, that I had heard the concept of a believer in Jesus following the dietary laws that are in Leviticus 11. So that was a big turning point. And then the related to that was our subsequent conversations that she was really passionate about in terms of struggles that she would have. But what I realized is that she, having grown up as a messianic believer, had no struggles with Yeshua and no struggles with the New Testament. What she struggled with sometimes was the traditional ways of interpreting the scriptures that the church has, and some of the replacement theology that the church has
Right.
that would try to completely overwrite people who are Jewish.
Yeah. Definitely. You see that everywhere. And I don't think, I think there's a lot more anti-Semitism than we realize, because not everybody realizes that certain things they think and certain things that they've learned are actually anti-Semitic.